Hey guys, it's your girl Laura, and I'm back and very excited to be sharing my bullet journal with you guys once again. I did go ahead and move over my bullet journaling stuff into a different channel, but I actually decided that I really wanted my main channel to be everything that encompasses bullet journaling, scheduling, organizing, doodling, drawing, and everything of that sort. So I didn't actually end up moving it all back to my main channel, which is this one. I am going to link down below all the videos that I did over on that channel so you can see those themes if you'd like, but from now on all that content will be right here. So as you guys can see, I'm working on my main theme page for my October plan with me, which was inspired by the new American Horror Story 1984, which I thought was just perfectly spooky for the month of October. So I'll be showing you guys inspiration pictures that I took from the promo stills, which is what I used heavily to influence this spread. So as you guys can see, I did a very minimalistic version of one of the promo shots as my main theme photo, if you will. And I'm going to go ahead and be using this kind of spooky thriller font that they kind of use, and I'll be using that throughout the bullet journaling just to really help that pop. If you look back at some of my more recent plan with me, so you'll see that lately I'm really into like doing kind of an accent color for all my themes, and so I thought of course red and black would work perfectly well with this theme, and I really like how that October just really pops. So as you guys can see, I have like a little printout, and I actually have all my inspiration photos on there, and I was gonna do a little collage on the other page, but something went wrong with my printer and some of the colors came out wacky in some of the other photos, so I ended up just having these two pictures to go off of. But once I put them on there, I actually really liked how minimalistic it looked. It just added the right amount of color and just the right amount of spookiness, and I'm ready to move forward. So I actually really like how that came out in the end, and I'm ready to move on. So next I'm going to do my monthly overview. I like to have the whole month at a glance because I actually don't set up my weekly spreads in advance. I do them every Sunday, which by the way, I'll be doing them every Sunday live on Instagram if you want to join in. So you can follow me on Instagram to find out more about that. But I really like to have the monthly overview for this specific reason, so that if things come up that aren't going to happen until later in the month, I have a good place here to put them, since I don't actually have all my weekly spreads set up just yet. So of course I'm going with that red and black theme again. I really feel like the red helps just to really pop out, and I really like how it looks in the end. So in addition to having my monthly overview here, I also like to set apart a space for my monthly goals, and I just feel like it helps to kind of keep me centered, and it gives me a reason to come back to this page, which is great because that means I don't miss anything that I might have written down for future use or future reminders. So as you guys can see, I'm writing in the numbers of each day of the month, and I gave it that kind of red header, which again just helps to really make it pop out. And then I just wrote in, the days of the week at the very top. Again, going back to that like thriller-esque font, I again wrote the word October. This was a little bit difficult, but I'm glad I went in with my red Crayola marker first. It's actually a super tip. So I went in with that first, and as you can see, I did October and I did gold, and then I went back with my black Sharpie pen to outline that, which is great because none of my colors are bleeding or anything like that, and it just gives it a really nice finished look. So I wanted to do a little bit of a doodle. I saw that Leslie Grossman was going to be in this season, and I love her. Actually, I think she has great comedic timing. I love her as a comedic actress. I did watch the first 2 episodes. I won't give any spoilers, but I really like her in it so far. I'm glad that I chose her to do a little doodle, just a little minimalistic doodle here on the bottom right corner. And then I just set a personal and business section for my goals to kind of, keep me well balanced. But moving on, I'm using another promo still to kind of influence how this page is going to look. I thought it was like really shocking, I guess, if that makes sense. And I thought, you know what, that might be kind of fun to do. So I decided to do it for my habit tracker, just kind of focus on the header, give it a little bit of spice, and, just have it fit into my theme without actually taking away too much space, because I need as much space as possible because there's so many days in the month this month, and I have so many habits that I want to track. So again, going back to that thriller font, I put the words habit tracker. I really like how it came out. And again, I'm finding that using my red super tip first and then going back and adding like the black border is really helping to just have everything pop out and have everything look really crisp and clean. And as you can tell, I'm going back and forth between using my Sharpie pen or my black Tombow dual brush pen to outline depending on the size of the item that I'm putting borders on, and that's just for ease of use. I actually don't use either of these to write in items in my bullet journaling. I like that they have like thicker tips to them because I actually do write in my journal in black, but I actually use an Inkjoy pen to do so. But I really like using like the thicker point of the Sharpie pen because I just feel like it really separates what I'm actually writing in and what is something that I've done before, just to add to what the spread needs. So as you guys can see, I'm doing these little red boxes right now. So the red that I did at the top is going to be the header for each habit, and then the sides and the bottoms that I did are supposed to be little drop shadows. So like I said, going in with the red first and then going in with the black has been really helping to make sure that nothing is overlapping and that everything's looking crisp and clean and that no shades are bleeding. So I'm really glad that I did that. I will definitely try to find a different way to do this spread in the future because this took me forever to set up. I ended up writing in every single day of the month 8 times for each separate tracker, and that is just not a good use of my time. So I'll definitely think of other ways to do habit trackers, and I'll do something different next month. But all in all, I do actually really like this when it's done,
and I actually think it's very reminiscent of the thing that I did last year, which was also a red accent color,
easier to
but
set
instead
up,
I did like Halloween movie monster kind of theme, and I really like how that one came out too. So now that I'm finally done with my habit tracker, I can move on to my mood tracker. This one is also inspired by one of the promo stills that I saw, but I couldn't quite get my doodle to come out like this. I apparently can't draw shoes, so I just focused on the tube sock aspect of it. So I'm going to draw just enough stripes and accent pieces to each tube sock that will equal out to 31 colored in spaces, of course depending on my mood, because there's an even number of socks. Of course I ended up having just one space too many, so I did go ahead and color it in, but it gives a good basis as to how the rest of the spread's gonna look. I'm really excited for how this one's gonna look at the end of the month. I think it'll come out cute, hopefully. But yeah, I do feel like it ties into the theme now that I've shown you the inspiration photo. Had I not, there would just be random tube socks here, but I still kind of really like it. It's something that's within my means to do, and every day my doodles are getting better anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back on this one and convince myself that it does tie into the theme. So going back to that thriller-esque font, I just went ahead and put the word mood tracker up at the front, and I did like a color legend or color key to kind of signify, you know, what color means what. I was going to do like a bright red, a more darker red, and a black, but I felt like the darker red wasn't different enough from the bright red, so I just decided to go in with brown, because I feel like since it's, you know, a camp theme, I felt like brown will probably work. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that came out. So moving on, I'm going to do a brain dump, and this time I decided to do 2 pages. Since I'm really just barely getting back into bullet journaling, I felt like I was going to need the extra space for anything that I might want to jot down, not just in what's actually going on in my life, but things that I want to remember for my bullet journal specifically. So as you can see, I did these really minimalistic doodles of these like cross hatchets. Sorry, I don't know what the right word would be for that, but I figured it would tie into the theme because of that first theme page that we did with the axe on the tree. Are they axes? Are they hatchets? I really don't know. But I just did like that red border again to bring back that accent color, and then I just put the words brain dump again in that thriller-esque font, coloring it in red and then outlining it in black. It's a really simple minimalistic theme that doesn't take too much space away, so that I still have lots of writing area, and I really like how it came out. I'm excited to use it during the month and see what I actually put in it. And finally, it's time to set up my first weekly spread of the month. I mention this in every video, but I like to start my weeks on a Monday. I do have 2 kids, one of which is school age, so it is easier for me specifically to start my weeks off on a Monday. You don't have to do that if that doesn't work for you. It does work best for me though. So as you can see, I only have 6 days of the week for my first week, and that's because in my second weekly spread of the month, I'll be able to start that off on a Monday, which again works best for me. So coming back to the theme, if you remember, I showed you guys an inspiration photo. If there was like a spike going through a marshmallow that was heading towards an eyeball, and that's kind of what I went for here. That's supposed to be marshmallows on the ends of the spikes. And so as you guys can see, I'm doing like a column spread this week, and in each of the marshmallows I'm going to go ahead and write in the number of the week, and then in the little bit of spike between the marshmallow and the actual column, I went ahead and I put the initial for the day of the week so that I can keep track of everything. It's a nice, clean, easy spread. And I actually like to separate it. I like to put my events up on top so that I don't miss anything. And then I use the rest of the column as a to-do list, but I like to separate it between the things that I need to do in my personal life and the things I need to do for my business. That way, again, everything's just really nicely compartmentalized and just easy to see. And at a glance, I know exactly what I'm doing each and every single day of the week. So again, going back with that red, even though it's really, really small writing, it adds a nice little addition to the accent color that I'm doing. And I'm really, really excited to see how this will turn out in the end. So now it's time to give you guys one last flip through. I actually really, really love how this theme all came together this month. Let me know how you guys are liking the theme, and if there's anything that you feel like I should put in my theme for next month. I'll always take your guys' suggestions, or if you have any suggestions or comments or anything like that for future videos that you guys want to see. If you recreate any of these pages or this theme, please tag me in your recreations so that I can share them in my videos and on my Instagram. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you're notified the next time that I post a video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!